Hello, Matt.
Hello,
How
hello.
are you?
Amazing. Thank you.
Fine.
You?
Amazing. Very
Hello,
good. Thank
hello,
you.
hello, everyone. Yeah. Is it? Are you hear me? Is
Welcome
okay?
to,
Everything?
yeah, perfect. I see you very good.
Beautiful.
Welcome to Chef TV and to these chats.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you for invitation. It's a big pleasure for us. Thank you.
Thank you
So,
for being here.
how are you?
So, very good. Thank you. We are here in the winter, which is a little bit different from yours, but winter.
Yeah, we're now in Moscow plus 35. Incredible hot.
35. Wow. Great.
Plus, yes. Everyone thinking that Russia is very dangerous because it's super cold, but no. Sometimes it's more dangerous temperature in the summertime, yes, because it's like jungle. Yeah,
Wow.
so it's
I didn't know you get to 35 degrees in summer.
yeah,
That's a lot.
plus 35. Hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm very glad to see you in a very good health.
Thank you.
I, I,
Yeah,
will-
sure.
I will, I will start asking you about how do you manage to all this COVID-19 crisis, but how
Sure.
can you tell us about that?
It's a big story. It's a big story because at 27 of the March, we closed all restaurants because in our company, not just White Rabbit, we have White Rabbit family. It's 23 restaurants. So we have 23 restaurants at 27 of the March.
23. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So it's quite a
Wow.
lot. Some of them in Moscow,
Yes, it is.
some of it from Sochi, from south of Russia, where I was born. And of course, it's a lot of good things around. First of all, I want to tell you that at 27 of the March, we closed the restaurants, and it's not looks like simple, yeah, because we have before 3,500 people in our company, and we try to do our best to keep all together. Unfortunately, we closed the restaurants from 27 of the March, and for me, it's a very strange time because, you know, it's every country's looks different because sometimes the government help the restaurants,
Yeah.
sometimes didn't. In Russia, didn't. So no one help us. Everyone tell that they can give us money for free or something, but no one did. My partner Boris Zarkov and me, so we keep all team together, spend a lot of money, of course, you understand,
Yeah.
for that. And 28th of March, I create online concept. So the White Rabbit stay online. So it's like we make a special online like delivery service. We started working with delivery service, but for fine
Uh-huh.
dining, and we use it. And I create like oh, let's do online dinners, and we make on. Listen now, we make 124 dinners online, and White Rabbit working, still working. And also my team, because sometimes the chef need to work on the kitchen. When you stop, you out.
Yeah.
So it's like you forget. Of course, you didn't forget your skills, but it's you need to do something on the kitchen every time because it's and also a lot of ingredients. Also a lot of farms. We have working with the 17 farms in Russian farmers. We have embargo now. It's still 7 years. We can't buy ingredients from different countries in other countries. We need just to use ingredients from the Russia. And
Wha-
this is special. It's the biggest problem of. But another part of Medallion, we was ready for this, So like we start to use Russian ingredients
Uh-huh.
7 years ago, and now we grow up a lot of good ingredients. Also, my farmers ask me, "What do you think? Do you need ingredients in this year or not?" I said, "Of course, yes. We need ingredients. You need to grow up. We spend a lot of money as well for that." But anytime, I know that sometimes somewhere the government help the restaurants, like they give money or something. We unfortunately didn't, and we try to organize our things. And you know, every time Russia going some it's like we have our road, you know, sometimes. So
Well,
yeah,
I think that Russia and Argentina have those things in common. I think our
it
governments
is,
have to know that. Yeah,
it
I
is.
think that our governments have to learn that gastronomy is a big industry, and they have to help us. And this is a big crisis, and we will need a lot of help to survive.
It
Here
is.
is mostly the same that you are describing.
I agree. Yeah.
But I didn't understand what when you say embargo. Do you mean that you only can buy Russian ingredients because you cannot buy from outside Russia? But this
Yeah.
is not your decision. I mean, this is a problem.
No.
How
It's
does
not
it
our
work?
position. It's a problem. Yes, it's a problem. No, this is the biggest, craziest things. If you want to buy something from different country,
Uh-huh.
why not? But it's a government stop.
Uh,
It's a problem with our country. Yes, Mr. President
okay.
tell that we can't buy ingredients from different countries 7 years ago. So we are now still working on it. And but
Uh-huh.
it's a big problem, of course. But another part, I tell that we start to grow up ingredients. We start to grow up Russian ingredients.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
why.
big opportunity too.
Yeah, big opportunity, yes, as well. It's
Yeah.
but you know what? Try it. Other Moscow restaurants use this style now working. So we grew up. If you need some ingredients, you need to think about it in the autumn and winter. You need to keep people closer who can grow up. You need to choose them. You need to choose ingredients, how many you need and how much. And after that, you start working. And this is also interesting because we start to learn about the land. We start to, for example, white rabbit working with the different farms in different parts of Russia, because sometimes Russia incredible huge. It's like
Yeah.
super big. Yes, you need to spend 12 hours by aeroplane from Siberia part to Europe part of Russia. So, and
That's
of
incredible.
course, yeah, but we will.
And
I think we're good. We're good.
are you keeping in touch with all the producers that work with you? Are you able
Sure,
to keep buying things from them?
sure. Yes, not just talking. Sometimes we buy, we rent the space on a garden of their garden. We are also working with it. I think it's
Uh-huh.
quite also important to keep them closer, and because sometimes they help each other. If you never grow up tomatoes, but you have the land, you and another guy can grow up, so they start to work together. Also, it's unite the people, also unite the chefs and the people around.
So that's a great work you are doing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let me tell that maybe some people. I want to say that when we think about Russian cuisine, we mostly think about you because for most of us, you are the first Russian chef that we know. So I
Thank
think
you.
that
Big
you
pleasure.
did a really good work making Russian cuisine or known around the world. And how do you feel about that? I mean, how do you take this responsibility? How do you manage it?
You know, and I think the history of our country has a lot to do with that. In the 20th century, for example, 7 years ago, it's like the Soviet Union period was, if you remember, still remember, it's Soviet Union period,
Yeah,
the country was super close. Very little was coming from abroad. There was little changing, you know, like uh, freedom in gastronomy. I mean, in 19th, we had to make like the broken the wall and start to, for example, my father start to he broke in the canteen in our big city and build the restaurant himself with his hands. And he
Wow.
opened the restaurants to teach me. So we open this because, you know, like before you can't changing the recipes on the kitchen. Everyone cooking by one book, no creation. And but now it's possible. And we tried it to other Moscow restaurants, but now it's happening. Also, the 4 restaurants now, if we talk about the 50 best or a list of the 100 best restaurants, like it's like 4 restaurants now in our we're together. So we start to help each other. We start to working on it. So it's another wave of the chefs grow up also in Russia who go after us. You know, it's also very important. So you need to keep them closer. You need to talking about that and everything. Yes, and it's a great for me. It's a great result, and I know we can do even better. Of course, we try to do. It's what we can do. So it's and a lot of good. It's, you know, because Russia, it's a lot of history. Yeah, so it's because the biggest part of the land, and we can traveling Siberia part or for example. To south of Russia, we have 4 different kind of sea. We have a lot of oceans. So we have territory near the, like Kamchatka with the biggest beautiful crabs and scallops. And, you know, so like you can traveling around the Russia all your life and find a lot of good things around. So what we did with my team, and I really like it. And I really know the people. Now it's I feeling so good when we start to with someone. My crazy idea is a broken stereotypes about Russian cuisine. That's Russian cuisine is a lot of mayo, like very no healthy, like it's no seasonal. You know, it's it's not true. It's the Russian cuisine is very beautiful and tasty and. You need to understand when you come. So welcome to Russia, and you can understand because we are chefs. We are talking with the food. When you're coming to the restaurant, you understand. Yeah, you're eating the food. You understand. So it's for example, it's biggest situation now also with COVID because no one can traveling. Yes, around the world. But also we create very good things online dinners. So it's like. A lot of chefs say yes, like Gagan, like Virgilio Martinez, Jorge Valleja, Juan Cantanil from Mexico. So the Dominique Cren, so the Zayo from Tokyo. So it's the biggest idea. It's they give us the recipes, and we with my team cooking for Russian guests. And they can, because we are chefs, we are providers of Russian, of the cultural, right? And we're working with them together. We're cooking the other ingredients. We're using the beautiful recipes. Sometimes, you know, when you start to use it, I want to cry because when you start to cooking the recipe from another chef, wow, it's incredible. You know, like I really crying when I cooking the Dominique Cren recipes. It's like it's something new. You never did it, and also team working, so use a lot of new skills, and it's interesting. So also it's a new, it's something new.
Yeah, it's amazing how our community, the restaurants and the chefs are staying together, and maybe we are, and this chat also. It's like we are together and we are sharing experiences, and we are most of us are surviving, and
It is.
I am amazed because of this resilience we have. No, the gastronomy and the chefs that are staying together, thinking about the family and the employees and the chefs, and this is amazing for me. I mean, how all around the world they are sharing the same problem, and maybe sharing the same solutions too.
Mm-hmm. So I find that online concept possible.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the solution because we cannot travel, so we can stay together cooking another chef's recipes. But
yes,
we are talking about creation now, and you say that during the Soviet Union era, creativity wasn't allowed. And yeah, I don't know. I read that about. You say
It
that
is.
somewhere. Uh,
Yeah.
how did your because your grandfather was a chef and your father was a chef too. So you are coming from a family of
Chef's
chefs,
family, yeah. Also,
three
my mother and my
generations.
grandma. Also, my
Oh,
grandma
that's
and my
amazing.
mother was the chef, yeah.
Huh.
Что ты завис?
So how do they feel? How does these people feel because they were creativity was forbidden and now creativity is like flourishing in Russia with the food and with the products. That might be quite a change for them. I mean,
Yes, yes, of course. It's now they're changing, but it was crazy time because I remember how my grandfather coming at the house and crying because he can't change the recipes. You know, they
that's
like
nice.
yes, they
That's
like
not good, man.
a lot of people comes to our house, also ambassador of our city, and try his food. You know, and but he can't changing the recipes, his recipes in the restaurant because everyone cooking by one book, and you can't. But if you wanna, you need to go to somewhere to asking a lot of times, and maybe they help you, and then maybe they change. But if you, for example, can't eating the pork, and you know it's a lot of like a lot of Jewish people living in Russia, so it's if you can't eating pork, you can't changing. So that's why you like you try to you understand and and the crazy thing's another one that you if you're actually changing the recipe in your restaurant, it's like you use beef except pork, you steal
Uh-huh.
beef from the country and you go to the jail. Very easy. So it's a
Wow, that's
yeah, and
amazing.
you understand. So it was a really
Amazing.
bloody story.
Yeah.
You see, of course, no one, like creativity on the kitchen. So no one creation, no creation, no like. For me, it's crazy. 75 years, but now it's a lot of change. Of course, a lot of change. Now we start to do it. We have a lot of good chefs, a lot of new chefs. And that's a big okay, of course, the question, what will be in the future? But I think will be good.
I hope so. How
Yeah.
uh how how did you create your restaurant, White Rabbit? I mean, with
The name or the concept?
the concept. I mean, I know that you have one of the best views of Moscow because you are in a
Hmm.
building. And how do you manage to take all the Russian products and make them in a new dish? How do
It's
you have
not
this
easy.
menu that is no, I know.
Not easy because everything was destroyed before. Like
Uh-huh.
no farmers, you know, like everything before we buy and resale from different countries. After that, Putin closed the country and tell that we can't buy, we need to produce. We start to produce, grow up,
Hmm.
and at that time, 7 years ago, no one was ready. No one. Like every time you use tomatoes from Holland, you use the Parmigiano from Italy and like that. But now you can't, and we start to working with our ingredients. Still 7 years, and really people now ready everyone. So it's like, of course, it's not easy because country is so big, the logistic crazy. So if you wanna get some good scallops from Vladivostok, you need to you need to pick up them from the Vladivostok and bring 10 hours on airplane. So it's crazy expensive, of course, but anytime we did it, and we organized a special aquarium in our restaurant with the seawater. So
Hmm.
we bring Russian scallops, Russian crabs, the seafood. Like we bring beautiful sea urchin and a lot of good ingredients. So also, if you need to grab vegetables, you grow up. and everything, the cheese. So now we're still good. It was not easy, but concept about Russian restaurants, it's nice because you know, before White Rabbit in Russia was like a lot of restaurants with a popular like a pizza, Italian food, like sushi, Asian food, so super popular was before. And after White Rabbit, we find that a lot of Russian restaurants start to grow up and build, and then choose another concept, more Russian new cuisine, like neo-Russian cuisine. And it means we use the Russian local products with the histories and taste of Russia is very important. Of course, we didn't use, we didn't cook like our grandmothers. We use new waves. We use the new technology. We use a lot of new products. We grow up them, and but of course we still with the Russian taste. It's very important, and for me this is the biggest the biggest situation now because we have a lot of good restaurants. Russia.
Yeah, it seems that our generation of chefs, we all around the world, we passed through the same experiences. Like we went abroad to France or to the United States, and we learned and we saw a lot of things, and then we came back to our countries and decided to like saying, okay, this is my country. I want to take my products and do something with them. And you were one of the first that did that in Russia. What's your advice to all the new chefs that come after this generation? What do you think that will happen with food in the world?
In the world, in Russia,
first, yeah.
No, it's in Russia. It's a lot of good chefs now who start to working with the Russian cuisine, new Russian cuisine, and also the people, the chefs who comes after us now. Every time I see beautiful, super talented Russian chefs, you know, we have the biggest problem. Unfortunately, we haven't higher school of the chefs in Russia, because if you wanna choose the chef's life, you need to, for example, learn a lot of things, right? But unfortunately, we haven't good school. We haven't academy in Russia, so the highest academy. So you need to thinking about go outside of Russia, learn. After that, you come back and start to working with the Russian cuisine. So how I did as well, and also the chefs now in the future. My craziest idea is in the biggest dream to organize the school in Russia. I try to do it. I will. I think 100%. But it's not easy. It's a lot of working, and it's a lot of things. So maybe next year I start.
Crazy ideas are the best, usually.
Yeah.
You should do it.
I will.
Okay, how do you have this chef table at your restaurant? And you do this menu called, are you still doing this menu called contrast?
Yeah. You know, it's like our chef table, such a cool place, you know. It's we built the chef table in the kitchen of White Rabbit, still maybe 4 years ago. And it's a beautiful concept. I really like it, you know. It feels like a stage. You know, you're working with talking with the people. You're using a lot of beautiful stories. You can talk with the people, cooking for them at the same time. It's a very symbolic, you know, and important for Russian chefs now, because and the Russian cuisine as well. You can explain, yeah. Also, I'll explain about stories. Also about Soviet times, our professional was very low, and of course. We on another way, and after that, I think it's Also nice when you start to go talking with the people before cooking, right? You can answer them if you have some problem or allergies or everything. Also, the
Yeah.
chef table, it's like you can. So if you come to chef table, it's not looks like you use just one menu. So we have another different degustation menu. Like sometimes we did. It's like you can see the evolution of White Rabbit. You can see the evolution. I hope Russian cuisine. So you can see the beautiful things, yes, and sitting and going to another menu. So if you, for example, never been in Russia, you come to White Rabbit's chef table, or for example, and choose the menu Domostroy. It means the special how was organized everything in the house. It's I think it's the biggest and the first book from 12th century. So what was before
Wow.
Soviet Union, and so we learn a lot. We're talking with the people. We're talking because every time it's another menu. Every time it's another options and ingredients and the techniques. And after that, we have another menu. It's Russian evolution. It's like evolution of Russian cuisine. It's another concept also. After that, we have contrast, like the story, how we, it's a lot of about, you know, Kandinsky, Malevich, a lot of about art. You can ask in the people to also working. You have a lot of inspiration from the art. And for me, it's a very interesting contrast. And the chefs, not just the cooking. So we also working with different things around. And after that, also we make the special menu with the name of Black Swan. The Black Swan, it means a situation which we never see before, but they're happening and changing the world. So, and the COVID-19 coming, it was like a, you know, special special degustation set. And but it's a story about sustainability. It's a story about food, like you know, the best food for your health and everything. And for me, the dish of 2020 is the biggest beautiful dish. It's like before coming, we asking your memory from your childness. What kind of dish you like in your childness, and after that you coming and start to eating a lot of courses. And one of them is it's like 20 people in the chef table with different dishes. You know, we're cooking for them the dishes from their childhood. So, and the people crying, you know, it's, we open something new. We open something.
But let me see if I understand. You asked 20 people what was their favorite dish from their childhood,
and cook for them.
You cook it for them for 20. So you cook 20 different dishes.
It is for each one.
The same table.
And yes, and the people asking the customers and customers talking the story about it. My grandma used this beautiful water, or she'd make the honey cake, incredible, beautiful honey cake, and we cook the honey cake for them. And this is so nice, you know. We opened the Pandora box. It's like it's like incredible, a psychology process.
That
you
sounds
know,
amazing. I mean,
wow, it's like every time it's working. Yes, and for me, if you want to create something new, you know, you need to look at the situation. You need to look at the food from another side. Yeah, and sometimes we need to think about that also to make the brainstorm or something. So with my team, so every time we search before these people coming, we search their Instagram, we look what they did, they professionally. So we working on it. We're thinking about presentation and everything. So this is very interesting, huh?
That sounds amazing. Okay,
I agree.
Maybe you can. Are you gonna visit Argentina or Latin America sometime?
I really wanna come. It's some. Just open the door. I go somewhere. You know, I never sitting in our country like no like every time traveling somewhere, we really like, because we as chefs, we went our kitchen not for looking at glory. Yes, we're looking for the inspiration. That's why we bring this inspiration to our food after. That's why.
So chefs used to travel a lot. Did you take the opportunity to enjoy staying in one place for 3 months? Did this change something in you? Like you say, okay, I'm staying for the first time in some years. I'm staying 3 months in my house, in my city, in my restaurant. How did you take it? I mean,
it's crazy. I can't. So that's why we organize online international dinners. I can't, because before I still with my family, we're sitting 1 week, another week. After that, I tell, oh no, I can't. So I need to go on cooking somewhere. So and we start to organize something, like cooking delivery. So we organize changing the menu. We start working for delivery. So and now we get some money as well. So it's good for our team, So because we need the money, so. It's we need to eat something sometimes. Yes, and yes, it's still working, but not like before. But it's not bad.
Yeah, this thing of we are doing delivery. All the chefs, most of the chefs in the world are doing delivery now. How do you think that the delivery industry will change? I mean, because once the people is eating this very good food from these very good restaurants, how do you go back to pizza? I mean, how, because some people maybe order your food for the first time in his house, so I think they will keep asking for this. I mean, they will say, okay,
yes,
we want.
They never. I think they never forget about this time.
Yeah,
and my idea was like Lego. You bring the box with a photo on a box, like a dining dish, like the dish can look. And after that, you open the box and you find a lot of ingredients inside. And the chef, you can ask the chef, so you can just make like the special QR code. You just put on it and find the beautiful video how you can cook this. So like Lego, it's Lego. Everyone knows what is this. So it's gastronomic Lego now. So we did all recipes, our recipes like that, and you can use it. So you just buy this box and we deliver it to you, and you just switch on the video with me how I cooking. Yeah, and you can cook this dish. And of course, I find the new things like after you also can go. We make the camera on our kitchen, and if you have some question, you can go inside, and it's like new gastro Instagram. Like you can everyone who buy in this day who buy this dish, they can go to this social media like special Zoom or something, and we open this Zoom for 12 hours from our kitchen, and you can see the people who cooking for you, and also you can ask them, oh come on, I forget how I can cook my octopus, can you help me? And every time the people in the kitchen know how you can do it, and it's now super interesting. So the people still love it, and they want to talk, asking the chefs how they can cook this or everything. So for me, this is very interesting experience.
Sometimes we keep complaining about this social media madness, but now this gives us the opportunity to connect with people in a very different way.
It is.
That's true. So you don't speak Spanish, but I have to tell you, people is like writing here. They say they love you. They say you have to come to Buenos Aires.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
They are asking a lot of questions.
Okay.
Now I'm not a TV host, but I will try to ask some of the public questions.
Uh-huh.
to you. They say, okay, when are you coming to Buenos Aires? You say as soon as you can. You answer that.
Yeah.
How can a chef should keep calm in the kitchen?
Wow, very interesting question. You know, it's easy. You just can. It's an, you know, if you want to do it, you can. You know, every time. So you just need to learn situation, how you can living in another country, or how you can work in there. So it's every time you have a lot of things and problem, but it's okay. You can win if you really want. Yeah? Yes.
Okay. Jimena is asking what part of the you say you are from the south of Russia.
Yeah, it is.
What part of Russia are you from?
Yeah, Yesinturi City. Yeah, I was born in Yesinturi City. It's the south of Russia, and not far from Sochi. Okay. So it's a lot of everyone know the Sochi because it was Olympic Games there. So, and it's for me it's the biggest beautiful city where the beautiful humidity 100%, and the sunny weather, and you can go for skiing and sky resorts. So it's beautiful place. So and I really like my city and bring a lot of ingredients from there to Moscow as well. We also have there some farms.
And you work with some farms from
south as well, yeah. From south,
yeah. Oh, that's great. So if I go to Russia now to Moscow and I say, okay, Vladimir, tell me 4 things I have to eat, or
yeah.
I have 2 days and I want to eat all the time. I have okay. What do I have to eat? What do I have to taste, to try?
First of all, we have a lot of stereotypes about Russian cuisine, right? And or someone writes a traditional recipe of the not borscht. Yes, it's like yes, it's like a lot of things like you need to try. Of course, I know a lot of fermentation as well. So we fermented everything because we have a lot of biggest country. We grow up a lot of good ingredients in summertime, just 3 months. After that, winter coming, and we need to ferment it. So we keep it in the barrels. So we soaked it, salted, fermented. Of course, you need to ferment it. You try to ferment it cabbage first of all. Ferment it different ways. You need to ferment it. I don't know. It's like sprouts of the garlic. It's beautiful as well. Also, someone tell vodka, but vodka is not Russian. It's not. It's just vodka created Soviet Union period. Before was moonshine. If you go to the village, moonshine, yeah. Of course, a lot of good, interesting things with the berries. Wow, so good. A lot of good berries around. So now season of the mushrooms. And mushrooms, the salted were like milky mushrooms, you know, the biggest one, super tasty. Of course, you need to try our Russian soups. It's a lot of like cold soup, okroshka, like someone tell borscht, but you need to know that in Russia we have 15 different kind of borscht. 15. Someone thinking that's a borscht just a red. No, in the summertime we cook in the green one. Green borscht is the real Russian. I just coming from Ufa. It's Ural. So a lot of beautiful herbs, a lot of beautiful fish tastes. So you know it's incredible. Yeah. So I can't answer you. I can tell you 1 hour what you need to try. But if you want to try Russian food, you can come to my restaurant. I can talk with you. So it's easy.
Okay.
And also, we can traveling outside. It's very important. You need to go outside of Moscow. It's not just because Moscow it's the biggest city. It's sometimes it's too massive. You need to go far. You need to go to far from Moscow to near the Black Sea on the south, or maybe Siberia part, or maybe the middle of Russia. You need to travel. Keep 1 week minimum for travel to Russia. So it's, but you need, of course, you need someone who can show you the everything, because yeah, it's not looks like dangerous, but you need to find good things. I mean, that's why you need to providers. I can be your providers. Just let me know.
Okay, I will let you know.
Also, every time I answer in Instagram, you can write me in Instagram account every time I answer myself.
Great. So it will also work for a lot of like Argentinian chefs that want to go to do an internship with you. So I assume you will receive a lot of messages on Instagram.
Well, welcome. Yes, thank you. Yes, I really like to and try to answer everyone.
Okay, great. So we, you and also me, we are there is this thing called 50 best meal recovery, and you are also doing a day in Moscow for that. If you do, you want to talk to the people that will bid for this day with you? Can you sell it? Can you tell us what they will do? Or
yes, they come to Russia. First of all, stay with me 5 days. So like we have a lot of restaurants, but yeah, so like every time we can grow up together. I mean, we can go to the market, so we can go to the farmers. I can show you not just Moscow, also outside of Moscow. You can stay with me on a kitchen all time when I'm working. So till now I need to go. So it's easy. You know, the chef's life is beautiful. You grow up and you get up at 7 in the morning and go on the markets, buy ingredients, and try to work with a lot of. It's very interesting. After this, you could keep with your team and finish at 1 in the morning. So it's super interesting experience. And also I think we can have breakfast with my family at my house. My children super lovely, so also talk with them, and they need to training English, so that's why
okay, and that sounds very interesting.
Also I can cooking for you the breakfast, and we can traveling to our beautiful people. I can show you Russia, some, not all, but some of beautiful places. So I can open the window to Russia for you.
So these are 50 Best Meal Recovery Initiative is starting tomorrow. And okay, we all invite the people to bid for it, to help the restaurants with this initiative.
Yes, it's beautiful things.
Yeah. So you named a Russian breakfast. That how is breakfast in Russia? Like what do you have?
It's a lot of dairy ingredients, dairy, sour cream, yogurt, a lot of things from cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, you can make sirniki from cottage cheese. A lot of eggs, omelette. Sometimes you get kasha, porridge, but it's we use buckwheat, a lot of buckwheat. If you talk about taste, it's like sweet and sour, like that. Sweet and sour, like maybe in Mexican, or maybe like I don't know. So like sweet and sour, a lot of sour cream, a lot of everything, but more sweet.
More sweet. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's go to some other question. Do you want to answer some other question?
Yes, I can, but I unfortunately have just 10 minutes because I need to go for the service,
Okay. Because what time is there?
8. The craziest time for chef. 8. And yes, 8.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, but so you are more than invited to come to Latin America and to Argentina. Maybe we can do this childhood thing with the Argentinians, so you can learn about that.
Thank you.
It was very, very interesting talking to you.
Same,
Yeah, I
thanks.
think that you inspired a lot of people, and it's very nice to make people know you a little bit more.
Thank you so much.
So
Yes.
I hope you see
Yeah, I'm.
each other soon.
Yes, I am small guy, small chefs from Russia. So with the biggest idea, so with the biggest dream. And please find, if you come to Russia, find our country, and you need to, of course, you just let me know. Be my friends. Be my super hardly welcome to my restaurant every time. I can show you something, and let's keep in touch. And my Instagram open for you. Just let me know if you need something, and we can try to help. Thank you so much for
Okay.
invitation.
Thank you very much, Vladimir. Nice to talk
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you, chef. Thank you, chef.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
So.